Hello and welcome back. This is Brett Knowles from PM Squared Consulting. Hopefully you've had the opportunity of reviewing some of our videos on the PM Squared Executive Suite. Now, I know this looks like a complicated model, and one of the key covenants of this model is that you can choose to take these modules and any sequence that makes sense for you. This is merely trying to show how they're connected. What I wanted to do today is give you a brief overview of how most of our clients enter into this process. And they enter into this process by trying to capture their existing strategy and begin to build sort of their core strategy execution process. And it looks a bit like this. Overall, of course, you start off by capturing your strategy. And then based on that strategy, there are really three core directions that most organizations go. First is you can begin monitoring how you're performing against that strategic footprint, what many people call a balanced scorecard or OKRs, etc. A second common journey is about a strategic process analysis. What this does is check for the linkage between your core processes and strategic success and make sure you understand where those performance nodes are. Or finally, many of our clients use the strategy as a footprint to be able to capture their risks, but putting their risks into strategic context so I can begin to prioritize them and identify the top 10 risks and so forth. Now, once we've done that strategic process analysis, there are three common ways that clients go. One is then proceeding to do an analysis of your projects. So obviously you're launching projects to close performance gaps identified here, and so we can now make sure that those projects are correctly aligned against those gaps. Secondly, we can use this strategic process analysis to establish accountability or role clarity, making sure that each of us understand what we need to do ourselves, in our teams, in our departments, in our brands, in our regions, towards strategic success. And finally, the common branch is using this strategic process analysis to trigger targeted process improvements. And of course, what we want to do is target those process improvements where there's gaps between how your current processes perform and what the strategy calls for. Now that we've got this core footprint nailed down, there are many common journeys that clients take. One is around financial planning. So if we can capture our process analysis, our strategic project analysis, and our overall performance, we can use those for FP&A to develop more accurate financial plans and give two-way feedback to strategy execution, process capability, and project execution. Also, if we have done this role clarity work and of course establish these budgets, we can use those to inform a more effective rewards and compensation scheme. And there's more to it than that. We can use this to trigger the employee experience or employee engagement. We can use this to create natural work teams and so forth. And then finally, the strategic risk register, if we combine those with key risk indicators, can create a risk scorecard that gives us an ongoing view of risk. So that's the core strategy execution flowchart. Now, whether we do this at the corporate level or we cascade that down to regions, departments, territories, whatever it might be, we can replicate this at any level, the top level, cascade, and so forth. And we can start at any level. So that's the overall strategy execution journey, and it's usually quite quick. With most clients, all these building blocks exist. You just need the methodology to figure out how to join them together and bring the right team so that they can give us the right rating, ranking, scoring, KPIs, and so forth. So if you want to learn more, please drop by our website or book a call with me if that's the next step for you, or please explore other of the Executive Suite videos. Thank you for your time.